Eagles and the New Orleans Saints. With that, let's get over to the Mercedes-Benz Superdome with the call from New Orleans. Here are Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
And, Coach, we are down on the bayou as you get a look inside the Mercedes-Benz Superdome here in New Orleans. Ahead, we'll decide the second entrant to next week's NFC title game as we've got a great one in store between the Philadelphia Eagles and the New Orleans Saints. Hello, everyone. As the postseason continues here on EA Sports, we're pleased to bring it to you. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Godden. And who has the edge here? You got one side that had some extra rest. And look at this. Right away, a loose football. And they have the football and will set up shop at the 33-yard line.
As that ball got away from him, and he saw the opposing team recover it.
You felt his pain?
Oh, I felt his pain, and you know what was going through his head. Tuck it away. Take care of the ball. All the things he hears all week in practice, he didn't carry it over into the game.
After review of the play, the ruling on the field is reversed.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Now Foles. Jeffrey reels it in over the middle. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. Foles. And nearly an interception here on their opening drive. But instead, 3rd down. An early test. 2 plays in. This is 3rd and 2. Here's Foles. Oh, he almost picked it. Nearly a turnover there on their opening drive. And that's a throw he'd like to have back. Now 4th down.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
Drew Brees set to take the field here along with the New Orleans Saints offense, and he is the NFL's all-time passing leader. Took that mantle earlier this year. 32 touchdowns, 5 interceptions as he heads into the playoffs.
Yeah, I think he'd be the MVP candidate if it weren't for one Patrick Mahomes in Kansas City who threw 50 touchdown passes in his 2nd year in the league. But how about the...
Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Nigel Bradham not dropping into coverage. He comes on the blitz and takes him down for a loss of 9.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. They'll run it for the first time with Alvin Kamara. Oh, and now he bowls him over. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. They get 2 yards back, but they're going to need a lot more than that here on 3rd down.
Whenever we talk about the best strong safeties, one word constantly comes up, and that's instincts. Being able to diagnose run or pass and make the appropriate moves.
He crashed down hard there. He was ready for that running play. Over the middle, open is Thomas. And they'll bring him down at the 27-yard line. 14 yards is the pickup there, but it'll still lead to a 4th down.
One thing I can say pretty safely, that route is not called if you don't have a guy who can throw the ball and put some mustard on it. Because if you go lollipop it in the middle of the field, bad things usually happen. It takes a strong-arm guy who can rifle it in there and they were able to successfully complete that one.
An excellent return that time, 26 yards. And the Eagles will have it, taking over 1st and 10. Football going back over to Philadelphia here, and this is a team who 6 weeks ago really looked lost, but then they won 5 of their last 6 to get to the 6th and final playoff spot, and then they defeat Chicago on the road. Yeah, Nick Foles, he did it again. It's caught inside the 25, and he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. A gain of 39 that time.
Now that play will end up on the highlights, and you'll see it all over the place, but what you won't see, the offensive line that bought the extra time, that allowed for the big completion downfield. Those guys made that play possible. So a big play as it gets them all the way down to the 20 now for 1st and 10. Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. Stepping up, he's going to keep it. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. The improv on the scramble there gets him 6, and it'll be 2nd down. Now, that was not a bad scramble there on 1st down. He didn't force it, nor did he throw it away. He was able to take off, and now he made it a very manageable 2nd and short. Escapes the sack. 5 yards on the scramble, and that's enough to pick up the 1st. Offensively, they liked their situation, so they tried to take a shot downfield, but no one was open. So it was tuck it and run time, and he picks up a 1st down. Now back to throw. Stepping up, he's going to keep it. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. The improv on the scramble there gets him 6, and it'll be 2nd down. And we have to give credit to him for buying time and extending the play. But, you know, there's some really upset defenders on that one. They thought that they had him. Instead, he was coated in Teflon and got away. So the ball position now at the 3. Here's 2nd and goal. They'll run for it with Smallwood. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down. That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense. They'll set up to throw, and almost intercepted. Would have been a huge pick in the end zone, but as it stands, that brings up 4th. Well, congratulations, Mr. Lucky. You know that's one that he would love to have back. That should have been picked off. Threw that one into a crowd. He's just so fortunate the defender couldn't react fast enough and get his hands up. A good drive gets him inside the 5, but they could not punch it in. And credit the defense, too. Make sure that that happens because that was the old bend but don't break approach. Made sure they contained them when they absolutely had to and forced the field goal attempt that went through. This is taken about 7 yards deep. Well, Charles, a little bit earlier you were talking about the first time that the Saints and Eagles met up earlier this season as we think about their upcoming playoff game, which you will be calling, by the way. But 48-7 was the final in Week 11. What are the keys in this upcoming game? Well, for New Orleans, an intact offensive line would be a great start. They were dinged up a little bit down the stretch. Their ability to run the football with Mark Ingram and Alvin Kamara allows Drew Brees to make those throws downfield to guys like Mike Thomas and make the big plays and, of course, swing it out to Kamara out of the backfield. On the defensive side of the ball, their ability to pressure Nick Foles will actually be a key in this game. Cam Jordan. Pressure comes, and down he goes. The Eagles get there for the sack. Chris Long in there to drop him, and it'll be a loss of about 8. Okay, you know my bias is about to come out here. A lot of people think that the offense is just moving in the wrong direction. I'd say they're moving in the right direction because the defense is pushing them back. Former defensive guy. Now, as a quarterback, 3rd and long, you really got to rally the troops here, don't you? Yeah, you do in a big way. And what else do you... With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. It's Saints football to begin quarter number 2, but likely not for long as they're in punt formation to kick it away. Sproles so quick and agile, and he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. 21 yards. Well done on the return. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. The Eagles coming out as they get ready. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now. I'm with you on on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about the three-point
kicker.
Exactly. He put it through the post. That's going to help him in contract time. But that offense, they're thinking, let's get in the end zone this time.
I don't know if that helped him in contract time. You could have kicked that one, sir.
I don't know about that.
I don't know about
that. Super toe.
And he's going to get this down near the 30-yard line. Good for an Eagles first down. Wentz hooking up with Jeffrey. On first down, he'll drop to throw. It's brought in by Jeffrey. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the red zone here at the 22-yard line. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. They'll go with a keeper. And he stopped immediately there. Officially no gain on the sneak. Kind of a wasted play there, and now it's 3rd down. Now, that was a little too conservative for my liking. It's only 2nd down, and they try to run the sneak. Give credit to the defense. They pushed them back and set up 3rd down. Now this time he'll look to throw. And Jeffrey's got it. And he gets this down to the 18. Good enough for a first down. That's an Eagles first down as Foles finds Jeffrey. One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going. And a broken tackle could not free him. Taken down right at the 10-yard line. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. This will be caught at about the 5. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. 7 catches for him now, and this last one, a first down. Good throw, good catch, but I really like the route. The drag and being able to run away from defenders, hard to stick with them for that long. Yeah, better against man than zone, or better against man, because now you're running away from... And he's in! Touchdown, Eagles! Nick Foles, a 3-yard run as he kept it himself. And the Eagles add on to their lead. And maybe that was just a case of completely overlooking the guy holding the football. It certainly felt like it, didn't it? Because on my checklist, okay, as a defender... QB's last. Running back, fullback, heck, jet sweeps nowadays. Before you even get to thinking about the quarterback might actually keep it. Elliott good with a PAT. And the lead grows to 10-0. Elliott now to kick this one away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. The Saints offense now, they get ready to head back onto the field. They've had it twice. They've punted twice. Not the start they were hoping for. Not at all, and let's face it, every facility we visit, everyone talks about converting on 3rd down, how big that is. In this situation, they've had to punt it away twice, so they're furiously going over things on the sidelines. What do we need to do to pick up a first down and change our momentum? And a nice gain of 21 yards. Thus far, it hasn't been a real fun half for them, but a play like that may get them off the schneid a little bit, get them loosened up and moving. Kind of seems like they've been sleepwalking and still sitting on 0 points. And it's not always making an adjustment. Sometimes it's just going back to what you know can work and finally getting it done. 2 minutes remain here in the first half. Back with more NFC playoff action after this. We remind you, as we've done all year, that coming up at halftime, we will visit with Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll let you know what's going on here on a very eventful divisional round weekend. Breeze now to throw. And Watson has it right side. He's got his first catch here before halftime, and it goes for a first down. When the offense reads blitz, doesn't matter where it's coming from, tight ends know that they become a big part of the passing game because they should be an easy outlet when all those extra bodies are trying to get to the quarterback. A hot route, so to trying to get it to Thomas, and it's intercepted. Cravon LeBlanc with a pick. And a great return as he gets this all the way down close to the 30-yard line. Thomas, the intended target. Brandon, this is a veteran quarterback back there. He should know better than to make a throw like this. This is definitely not his best ball, and I think he knew this was trouble the second it was leaving his hand.
Here's the Philadelphia offensive unit now as they head out to take over possession. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
12 yards there as they move the chains.
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of the yardage has come through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off balance. They'll pick up another first down with that run.
And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. It's a good gain of 11, sets them up first and goal. They'll try and run for it on first and goal. And he will take this one in for an Eagle touchdown. Darren Sproles, an 8-yard touchdown run. And the Eagles add 6 to their lead.
I heard a coach talk about those late-in-the-half scores, especially ones that give your team a pretty decent cushion. He said those could be the ones that can finish off a squad if you let them.
Yeah, they've got the cushion. This half has been theirs. Elliott on for the extra point. Elliott good on the extra point, and that makes our score 17-0. Elliott now to kick this one away. On the return, Dwayne Washington. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. Drew Brees getting ready to go again on offense. He's got to dig deep here, doesn't he? Team's losing. He's not playing well either.
And they always tell you don't press. You'll make things a little bit worse. But in this particular situation, you try and heighten your play a little bit.
And the pressure gets to Brees as he's taken down. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. Working from the gun, it's Brees. He gets this one complete to Traquan Smith. And now maybe they want some extra time to talk about this 3rd and long play as we'll get a timeout. As they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. Now Brees on 3rd down. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Chris Long getting him once again, his 3rd sack of the afternoon.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Here's Thomas Morstead now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Now Sproles. So we've come upon halftime here in this NFC divisional round matchup as we'll get you over to Orlando. And just like that, on we head to half number 2. A trip to the NFC title game hanging in the balance. Second half action back underway. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Here now, a look at Drew Brees. Out come the Saints now. They'll go on offense first here to begin the 3rd quarter. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. They've got to just take a deep breath, relax, try and figure out what is working and call more of that.
On 2nd down, here's Brees. And Watson has it, right side. That one good for the completion percentage, but no gain. It'll be third down.
And that's when it's fun to play defense. When you're able to diagnose a play right from the beginning, get all your guys to the football, and spill the play, that's when you have a lot of fun playing on that side of the ball.
Breeze now. And eventually taken down here. Great coverage downfield. Chris Long. Who else? He's in there for his 4th sack of the afternoon.
I think we've seen this before. Someone's down 3 scores. That situation there, it's just going to add to their growing frustrations, don't you think?
Yeah, a bad number 3 right now. 3-score game, third quarter, 3 and out, not what they wanted. And you can tell on the sideline, those faces. Darren Sproles. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Darren Sproles, 79 yards. And the Eagles add on to their lead. A lot of times they want this guy just to try to flip field position. He flipped it all the way into the end zone.
Yeah, the rule of thumb is, can you pick up 10 yards? That's getting a first down. Instead, he takes it all the way and provides a big spark for his team.
Elliott good with a PAT. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. So after surrendering the punt return for a score, let's see what they can do in turn on this kickoff. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. Now this offense ready to head back out there. So Bree's going to lead the Saints up here, 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
Ready?
On second down, Kamara. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Tackle made that time by Brandon Graham.
No gain on that run, and while the team is down, there's still time to come back and win the football game. If I'm the offensive coordinator, though, I've got to think about moving at a faster pace and maybe opening things up a little bit and throwing it a little bit more.
Smith catches left side. 2 catches now in this divisional round matchup. That one, a first down.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target, and he's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that, and that's what he did.
And very little running room there. He did get a couple up to the 49.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
And he's going to go down. They sack him back at the 42. Chris Long in there yet again. My goodness, making 5 sacks for him now in this one game alone.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
Oh, and now he bowls him over. And now running right through it. Well, that looked for a second like he might take it all the way, but as it stands, it's still a massive return. And the Eagles will have great starting field position here as they take over. Philadelphia getting set to take the field. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
A lot of folks starting to make their way to the parking lot. Their guys trail. The Eagles on third down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 8. They're going to look to throw. This is caught. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Alshon Jeffrey, 32 yards. And the Eagles are pouring it on. Well, after their wild card round game last week, you and I said, well, they played pretty well. Maybe they got a shot at keeping this one close. They've done more than keep this one close.
Yeah, they've made quite a statement, haven't they? And I don't know if it was the week off that hurt this defense, but they've been flat from the get-go, and that's always a coach's fear. Okay, you earn the open week, but you wonder how they'll respond with that extra time off.
Yeah, it seems like they've been running uphill all game. And here now the offense heading back out there. And this one not officially in the bag, but it's looking more and more like you and I are going to be in these same seats next week for a game to go to the Super Bowl.
And it's contrary to our meeting with the visitors, wasn't it? Remember when we went over to the hotel before the game, and one of the themes they kept hitting us with was, let's put the pressure on the number 1 seed and see if they can handle it. Let's do that. Well, they're the number 1 seed for a reason. Best team all year long. They're showing it again in this game.
On first down, Breeze. And Thomas has it. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down. That first down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7.
Ready. Yellow lady.
From the gun, it's Breeze. Over the middle to Smith. And he'll go down right around the 40. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down. The Saints on 3rd down. They've had their troubles. Just 1 for 6. Here it's 3rd and 3.
Ready. You waiting?
Breeze to throw again. He throws and he hits the slant route to Thomas. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. Breeze on the hook up to Thomas for the New Orleans first.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
Here's Breeze to throw. And it's incomplete. He was trying to get it to his running back, Alvin Kamara. That'll bring up 2nd down. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden the secondary. They feel good about what's going on. They just play better and better.
Incomplete, but a penalty flag is down in the backfield. Let's get the call. And since they still have 10 yards to go, they'll just say, let's roll this over to 3rd down and decline it.
Let's just be honest about it. If you can't get them off the field on 3rd and 10, then something's wrong with your defense anyway. No sense in taking that penalty.
Now, Breeze again. Looking left side and completing it to Thomas. Touchdown, New Orleans. Michael Thomas, 43 yards. And the Saints get a bit closer. So they will get on the scoreboard here. Give them credit for that. Too little, too late, but no 0. Oh, you're going slow clap on me.
Not very nice, is it?
No, but they haven't been very nice on offense. It's been a struggle. And the Eagles dodge a bullet. They cover it up. Now they're down big here in the 4th. They had to try the onside kick. Can't fault them for the effort at least.
No, you can't at all. And if nothing else, now you've put something that you're trying to practice, right, that you've worked on into a game situation, and now you can go back and dissect it. So if you need it again sometime, maybe you'll find a better way to do it. But, yeah, this game's pretty much done for them.
Oh, a scrap for the football, and he's going to come down with it. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. A really good pickup of 28 yards. Foles now 12 of 15 throwing the ball, 80% so far, and it's 1st and 10. Now Foles. And give him another 6. It's caught for a touchdown, and the blowout continues. So another score there, and often you talk about the three phases of the game. Defense, offense, special teams. It's been a clean sweep in this one, hasn't it?
It certainly has. They've been pretty dominant throughout this game. And privately, the head coach...
After review of the play, the ruling on the field stands.
It took them an extra look, but they found out it is a touchdown indeed. The official says this one counts. Elliott good on the extra point, and that will extend this big lead. Elliott now to kick this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. Out onto the field comes New Orleans. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete.
So I'm not quite sure how to judge that one. Maybe didn't have enough legs underneath him. Mechanics might have been off. Maybe some fatigue. That one came up short.
Yeah, fourth quarter. Maybe you do start to watch as the arm there, the leg's still there. This has been a tough game. Finds his man, Watson, over the middle. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. The reception good for 7. It's third down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means they have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
That'll put him close to 100 yards receiving. He's at 98, and he's got a first down. Time for a break. Back to finish it off on EA Sports after this. So it's Saints football as we get you reset. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score.
Ready?
Throwing on first down is Breeze. And that's going to be incomplete. He was trying to hit Thomas that time, and that'll bring up second down.
It's always a battle. Who's going to win on first down, the offense or the defense? Let's face it, if you've got the ball, 4 yards or more on first down is what you're aiming for. They tried to throw for it there. Nice effort to knock that one away and bring up second down.
And his throw is incomplete. The target that time, Michael Thomas. And that takes us from second to third down.
I know our vantage point might be a little bit better way up here, but that looked like an ill-advised throw to me. I didn't see anything open. And this play just didn't look right from the beginning.
It did not. I thought he might get outside and just chuck it away. Dangerous pass, incomplete. Looking again for Thomas, this time complete. And he'll take it into the end zone for the Saints touchdown. Michael Thomas with now 2 fourth-quarter touchdowns. And the Saints make some inroads here to that deficit.
I know Paul Revere talked about by land or by sea, right? You know, 1 by land, 2 by sea. He didn't mention air because right now we're seeing a big-time performance, aren't we? That's 2 touchdowns so far in this game.
Where'd you pull that one from?
And, you know, every now and then I actually listened in history class.
And you're just a scholar all the way around. You're reading all the time. I like that you fit that into the broadcast.
You know, I just grab a nugget when I can.
Well, fourth quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of an anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup there, but it's enough to give them a new set of downs.
2nd and 1 and people want to run the football. This is where every back in the league is supposed to do exactly what we just saw there. Pick up the first down.
Here's Foles. Goes underneath for Sproles. Oh, and now he bowls him over. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. They give him 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs. And at his size, he's a smaller back. You can get him the football. He can kind of get lost, make someone miss. It's good for him.
Yeah, it's great for him. I like what you said there. Sometimes he gets lost in the traffic a little bit, but get him out in the open field into some space. That plays to his strengths the best and keeps him out of it where all the big boys are. You know, make someone miss in the open field.
And now he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly.
And to me, that touchdown allows you to start grinning widely on your sideline. I think they pretty much locked this one away.
Yeah, that's the clincher, the proverbial icing on the cake, if you will. Elliott good with a PAT, and the lead will swell by one more. And the Saints hands team able to rein this one in. And that's why you have your hands team out there on the field. Those are the best guys ready to make that play.
And let's face it, it was executed well. It wasn't a bad kick. It wasn't anything like that. Just that the normal outcome actually came to play. Analytics will tell you it's a very low possibility of getting the ball for the team kicking it in an onside kick situation.
You're all about the numbers, aren't you?
All about the numbers, baby. It's a new game now.
They don't lie. And the completed pass, but for no gain, stopped right at the line, so it's 2nd and 10.
Ready. We're waiting.
Shotgun now for Breeze. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Smith. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down. A 2nd down completion got him 7. Now here's 3rd and 3. Now Breeze. And that's complete. It's Watson. And now with 4 seconds left, we get a timeout call. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
Ready. We're waiting.
One final try here for Breeze. And that will be incomplete as time has run out on this football game. So they stay alive in the NFL playoffs, move on to the conference championship. And do you think that the printing press is starting to get those T-shirts and hats ready, my friend?
They have to, Brandon. They have to be ready because if you win, you've got to hand those out on the field right away. And just think about the pressure for the players now. Families are going to be talking about tickets to the Super Bowl even before you play the conference championship game.
So that'll do it for my partner, Charles Davis, and the best darn crew in the industry. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. Till next time, we say so long from the Bayou.